There's a tool found on the Move Tools option bar that really isn't part of the Move tool. It's just a shortcut, really. You can get to it plenty of other ways. It's this Auto Align Layers tool. I mostly get to this tool from the Edit menu, Auto Align Layers. The purpose of this tool is to allow you to merge several photos that were taken at the same time, where each photo might have part of the image that you want to keep and some parts you want to hide. For example, when you try to take a group photo and in every single picture, at least one person has a goofy look on their face. This tool will line up the images, which should all be on different layers, looking for parts of the picture that match, allowing you to mask out the parts of the images that you don't want. To do this, you need to get all the pictures into the same file. There are many ways you can make this happen. One way is to use the Adobe Bridge. You select all the files you want to work with. I'm just using 2, but this technique will work for more than 2 files. After selecting the files, go to Tools, Photoshop, Load Files into Photoshop Layers. This will work for any version of Photoshop after CS3. If you have CS6 or Creative Cloud and you have the bridge running in the background, you can use the mini bridge. Select both layers, right-click, then choose Photoshop, Load Files into Photoshop Layers. This option is actually available in the CS5 mini bridge, but you really have to poke around the buttons to find it. Both of these methods are exactly the same and will create one document with both files inside. If you don't want to use the bridge, simply open both files, select all the pixels in one image, then drag them over to the other image. Or you could cut and paste. If we look at the 2 pictures, they're almost identical. There's a slight difference in the smiles, and I want to combine them to pick the best smile from each. To show how this works, I need to select both layers in the Layers panel. And with the Move tool selected, I can click on this icon, Auto Align Layers. I'll choose the Auto option. I might need to choose another option if I was using this command to create a panorama, but for our purposes, Auto will work great. If the pictures have a high resolution, this might take longer, but for these small pictures, it was very quick. If I turn the top layer on and off, you can see that the bottom of this ellipse doesn't change at all, and the girls will remain in the same place. Now, even though I think both of these pictures are fine, on the top picture I like the right smile better, and on the bottom picture I like the left smile better. I can use a mask to combine these images. First, I'm going to crop the image, though, to get rid of the areas that don't overlap. That will keep me from getting distracted. I'll add a layer mask to the top layer, then use a brush and paint with black on the mask to paint over the head on the left. I need to make my brush larger, and I'll use a medium hardness of brush so I have a soft edge to the mask. You can see the bottom picture is being revealed as I create the mask. There's a slight shift in the ellipse, so I need to make my brush smaller and clean that up without going into the girl on the right. I'll make my brush harder for that. I can Alt-click on the mask to see it, and Alt-click again to go back to looking at the image. If you're on a Mac, Alt equals the Option key. Now, the bottom picture ended up a little bit darker than the top one, so I want to mostly keep the brush soft for a smooth transition. So I'll make it softer and bigger again. Now I have a pretty seamless composite of these 2 photos, taking my favorite smile from each. If you want to use this technique, it will work best if the photos are taken right after each other so no one moves and the photographer remains in one spot. If you want to learn more about masking photos, you might want to watch my Selections and Mask class, where I go into a lot of detail on how masking works.